very warm good morning to my lovely students. Hope you all are doing well at home and enjoying online classes. Students, I am Mrs. Kiran Samant, your English teacher, back with English classes. As you know that in our last class, we completed chapter 9 of English grammar. So today we are going to start chapter 10, that is verbs, transitive and intransitive. It means in this chapter we are going to learn about what are transitive verbs and what are intransitive verbs. Now, before that, let's recall about verb. So, what is verb? In a single line, we can say a verb is a doing word. Now, what does it mean? It tells what a person or thing is, or what a person or thing does, or what a person or thing has. So, we can say that a verb expresses being, doing, or possessing. So, in chapter 4, students, we learned about subject and predicate. Now, what is subject of a sentence and what is predicate of a sentence, that we have already learned in chapter 4 of English grammar. We are just going to recall it. So, what is subject? A person or thing we are talking about in the sentence. That is called subject, or in other words, you can say a person or a thing which is doing something in that sentence is called subject. And what is predicate? Predicate means a part that tells us something about the subject. A part or a group of sentence which tells about what something elaborates or tells something about subject is called predicate. Let's understand with the help of example. Here I have taken an example, that is, I live in Pithoragarh. So, in this sentence, tell me about whom we are talking. I. So, what is subject? I. And what is, you can say, part of sentence that tells about I? That I live in Pithoragarh. So, what is predicate? Live in Pithoragarh is predicate. That we have learned. Now, students, this time we are going to divide a sentence into 3 parts. Have a look. So, what are 3 parts? Subject remains same. Then we are going to divide predicate into 2 parts, and those 2 parts are verb and object. So babies, we know that what is subject, I have told you, and we know that what is verb, we have learnt it. Now let's talk about what is object in a sentence. So what is object? This is the definition, or you can say you can understand with the help of this, that what is object? When the action of the subject affects some other person or thing, that person or thing is called object in the sentence. Now, what does it mean? Let's understand with the help of example. So here I have an example, that is, Akshat learnt a poem. So, let's start with subject. What is subject in this sentence? About whom we are talking in this sentence? That is Akshat. So what is subject? That is Akshat. And what work is going on? And what work that Akshat is doing? That Akshat learned. So verb is learnt. And now let's talk about object. Now for object, as I told you, that something which affects subject is called object. So what is affecting the subject? That is a poem. So a poem is object here. Now students, there is tip of the day. You will understand, or you will easily understand, that what is subject in the sentence and what is object in the sentence. As you can see, it is given to find the subject of a verb. We ask the question. So you have to just ask question, who or what. Okay? Then you will get the answer of subject. For example, Samrat plucks flower. So, you have to ask who or what. So, who plucks flower? What is the answer of who? Samrat. So, Samrat is subject. Now, for object, what you have to do? You have to find out the object of a verb. Then, you ask the question what or whom after the verb. That means, example remains same. Samrat plucks flowers. Now, the question you can ask like this. Samrat plucks what? So, what? That is Samrat plucks what? Flowers. So, flowers is object. I hope so you understood it very well. Now, let's do exercise work. So, here we have question 1 of chapter, that is circle the subject and underline the object in these sentences. So, remember students, we have to circle subject and underline object. So, let's start with number 1. I found a watch. So, who found a watch? I. So, what is subject? I. Then, I found what? So, a watch. So, a watch is what? Object. Then number 2, children sing songs. So, who sing songs? Children. So, children is subject here. Now, children sing what? Songs. So, songs is object. Now, number 3, they disturbed her. Who disturbed her? They. So, they is subject here, and they disturbed whom? That her. So, her is object. Now, number 4, she saw a huge spider. So, let's ask question. Who saw a huge spider? She. So, she is subject. Now, let's ask again a question for finding object. So, what we can ask? She saw what? A huge spider. So, a huge spider is object. Now, number 5, we played tennis. Who played tennis? We. And we played what? Tennis. So, that is object. He will stop the latecomers. Who will stop? He will stop. So, he is subject. And he will stop whom? The latecomers. So, latecomers is object here. Now, next, the teacher is explaining his chapter or this chapter. So, who is explaining this chapter? Teacher. So, the teacher is subject here, and the teacher is explaining what? This chapter. So, that is subject. Now, number 8, Rinky and Pinky served food. Who served food? Rinky and Pinky. So, that is subject. And Rinky and Pinky served what? Food. So, food is object. Now, number 10, birds build nests. So, who build nests? Birds. So, birds is object here, and birds built what? Nest. That is object. Now, number 11, you have taken my pen. Now, you can understand you is subject and my pen is object. 11, Harsh switched on the geyser. So, Harsh is subject here, and the geyser is object. Now, the last one, number 12, which says maid was scrubbing the utensils. So, maid is subject here, and the utensils is object. So, babies, with that we are done with today's work. Hope you understood it very well. So, here we have solution of this. You can see and you can do this in your book. So, that's all for today. See you tomorrow. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.